Hi there, Laura Jack here from laurajack.com and Compassion Code Academy. I want to talk to you a little bit today about why this crisis, this international pandemic that we're experiencing, could potentially be the doorway for growth. So, post-traumatic growth is a age-old philosophy that talks about how we experience growth through suffering. So post-traumatic growth, kind of like post-traumatic stress, is about how we experience a challenge or change in life and it creates an opportunity for growth. And so I want to talk about how COVID-19 is a grieving experience, not to be denied at all, and not to be diminished any of our feelings that we're having, and that this experience is an opportunity for reflection, rediscovery, and reprioritization in our lives. And what that does is it allows us to grow through our suffering if we allow ourselves to. If we allow ourselves to be in that growth mindset versus a fixed mindset that says, this is terrible, this is horrible, this is happening to us. And we shift to say, this is terrible, this is awful, and we're having a really hard time. And, not diminishing or denying. And what do we want to choose to do about it? I want to choose to grow through my suffering. I want to take this opportunity as a doorway to a transformation, right? I want it to be an opportunity for me to reevaluate my priorities and decide what matters most to me at this point in my life so that I can choose to proceed in a very conscious, intentional way. Because what's been happening lately for a lot of us is that it's so much of the noise of our daily hustle bustle lives is being slowed down. And granted, there's a lot of other things on our plate that are causing a lot of stress. And when we have that slowdown, when we're not going anywhere, when we're not planning anything, there's this opportunity to reevaluate what matters most to us. So I want you to ask yourself, have I been looking at my priorities in my life? Have I been looking at what matters most? I notice it in my budgeting. Like, I'm not going to coffee shops every day, right? I'm not spending, $300 a month getting coffee out of my house. For what? And granted, I miss those experiences and I want to acknowledge the feelings that I'm having about missing my friends and missing my community. And again, I'm awake to my life. I'm awake to what matters most. And so post-traumatic growth, this age-old phenomenon, it is the opportunity to transform through a grieving experience. And some of the evidence to look for in your life to see if you're experiencing post-traumatic growth is a new appreciation for life. There are 5 qualities. Number 2 is a changed sense of priorities. Number 3 is a warmer, more intimate relationship. So maybe you've had really good connections lately with family and friends saying, I miss you, this is hard. Number 4, a greater sense of personal strength. Like, wow, I can't believe we're in this and I'm doing it, and I'm not doing well every time, but I'm doing the best that I can right now. And number 5 is a recognition of new possibilities. So if you're experiencing any of those, then you can give yourself a little pat on the back that you are, in fact, experiencing post-traumatic growth through suffering. And again, it doesn't diminish any of the grief that you're having around the conflicting feelings that come when things change more, or things that you wish were different, better, or more, and or a loss of hopes, dreams, and expectations that we talked about in some of the other videos. It's just saying that this experience that we're all going through right now, while challenging, while devastating, while hard, while heartbreaking in some ways, is also an opportunity for us to grow, transform, and create a new beginning that we maybe never thought was possible. So there's this expression I created years ago. It says, just as the ground after the fire is the most fertile place for growth, your life after loss has the potential for a new beginning that you never even knew was possible. So I just want you to sit with some of that. I want you to check in with yourself and see, am I experiencing any of these post-traumatic growth symptoms? And just give yourself kindness and love, and just encourage yourself this week to find ways that you are looking at things with new opportunity and possibility. Find ways that you are appreciating your relationships and having deeper connections. Find ways that you're having a greater sense of personal strength. Really giving yourself a pat on the back for all the ways in which you are tackling some of the hardships that are coming your way. And then being compassionate with yourself when you don't do it the way that you kind of wish you would. All right? So, hope this is helpful. Post-traumatic growth is real. I did not make it up. It's something that's been around for thousands of years. Growth through suffering, and it doesn't diminish the experience of grief or challenge. It's just saying there is an opportunity for a new beginning here. All right, again, I'm Laura Jack. Thank you again for tuning in, and I look forward to sharing more with you very soon.